Hi, this is Jill Riley with the Pac Northwest Conference, and I am excited today to be talking with David Greenidge, who is celebrating 20 years at Tigard Covenant Church. Welcome.
Thank you, Jill. It's so nice to be here to talk about what seems like has gone so fast.
Really? Is it like raising children where it feels like time just flies by?
It's incredible. I remember the first Sunday I came to the church and preached the sermon. I remember how some of the questions they asked me during my trial sermon. And then I remember going out the room and then voting, and the vote was 50 to 1.
Did you
50
ever
to
figure
1.
out who the one was? Don't ask who the one is.
And then this is so beautiful. About 6 months later, the one came to me and said, after you being here 6 months, I'm officially telling you I'm changing my no vote to a yes. And he said, the only reason why I didn't vote for you was I thought we could have had a better process. The process we used was not as thorough as I thought. But he said, I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're my pastor. So it became
That's
unanimous. That
wonderful.
was
Well,
nice.
congratulations to you and Trish. That is an accomplishment and a blessing for the church, I'm sure. So I just wondered, first of all, how has Tigard changed over those 20 years? Not just the church, but the area.
Well, Tigard is actually 95% Caucasian, European American, and we have experienced a bit more diversity. It's mainly in the Latino ethnicity. The African American ethnicity is still probably 1%, but it's been in the Latino and Asian ethnicity that Tigard has become a bit more diverse, but still at least 90% white at this point.
Interesting. So over the course of your time at the church there, what things have changed? Have you changed the building much? Has the constituency changed? Tell me a little bit about the 20 years.
It's been exciting to see the changes. When we first came, we were a church of about 50 people, and we had a lot to their credit. They had a lot of Bible studies, small group Bible studies. I even went around and visited each of the Bible studies because I just wanted to get to meet the people. So they were very connected. It was a connected church. Everybody knew your name, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And as I got to see the beauty of that, I also pushed the church a bit and I said, hey, can we reach out to our community a bit more? So I started coming up with some suggestions on how we can be more community oriented in addition to be connected. And that's where the biggest change has occurred in the last 20 years. I think we flipped the script. We are very active in the community, doing things that attract community. We started a food pantry, for example. We started another preschool. We have one stop. We started another preschool. We also do free community dinners. So in addition to giving boxes away of food at the food pantry, we do a free community dinner every Tuesday. That was new. We started a vacation Bible school and an outdoor carnival that we did once a year without stopping, and we've done it every year since we've been there.
Wow.
And then I've done prayer walks in the community where I would walk and several members, we would just go around the neighborhood and doing prayer walks, praying for the community. And invariably you meet new neighbors. And so I got a chance to talk to people. So some of those things. And then our youth group did the same thing. We had a history prior to me coming to the church of doing a fifth quarter after the football game at Tigard High School.
Right.
All the young people would come over to the church for pizza and pop, and they would announce that in the stadium. So we would have hundreds of kids coming by. So I did that, continued that tradition, and always had a good, strong youth group. And so anyhow, those are the things that have changed where we've become more outward instead of inward.
How has that changed the hearts of the church community?
Well, it actually pushed the church quite a bit because when I came, we were trying to figure out our identity. Here's this black guy coming to the church, predominantly all white church. And in my interview, one of the members asked this question to me. They said, do you intend to make this a black church? And I was taken back by the question. I said, no. And I answered it pretty quickly. I said, no, I don't intend to make this a black church. I said, I intend to make this a more Christ centered church. And if you look at the
Mhm.
biblical mandate in Acts chapter 2, you saw multiculturalism present. So I would like
Mhm.
us to become more multicultural. And the person asked the question, said, oh, yeah, I want that too. So I think he was fearful that we were going to change the whole texture of the church, and it was going to become a black church. But that wasn't my intention. I just wanted to mix it up more than it was.
Interesting. Now, when you started at the church, did you have little kids? Your family?
I had kids in high school.
Okay.
Yep, kids in high school. And so they graduated from high school, went to college. I have three sons, and they went to college. So they were at the church for about 2 to 3 years, between the three of them. And they 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 didn't like the music because we were at my brother Henry's church, David Covenant Church, where it was probably one of the best music worship teams in the city. And then our music was just not up to par according to their assessment. So they came because I was there. But then when they went to college, they didn't come back after college. But I have one son who comes still to this day, who comes occasionally, but the other two do not come.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm thrilled that you've been part of the conference for that long. During that time, who was superintendent when you started?
Glenn Palmberg.
Glenn Palmberg.
Glenn
Okay.
Palmberg was superintendent, and then you had Mark Novak, and now Greg Yee. Yep,
Yeah. That's amazing. That's great.
yep,
Well, I
yep.
just thank you for your faithfulness in answering God's call and for being an example of consistency and an example of leadership, because I know you and your wife are involved in so many different things that depend on your strong and capable and depth of leadership. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for that and to wish you a happy anniversary.
Thank you. I so appreciate the acknowledgement. And our intention is we have a passion for mission and ministry, a passion for evangelism and discipleship. And that's the tone of the church now. That also is a big change, where in addition to our being connected with our Bible studies that we still have, we are very, very excited about doing mission in the name of Jesus and becoming more multicultural. We're 60% white and we're 40% people of color. And the last thing that we just did recently, Jill, that I'm so excited to say, is we did a Thanksgiving dinner for the community where we had over 120 people from the community and church that showed up, and we gave them a 10-course meal. We had so much food, so much diverse food, so much food, and people were coming up to me, thanking me, and saying how they appreciated the meal. And a few people even said they were going to come check out our church. But the thing that was so exciting to me, Jill, we're of a church of about 130 membership. We had 40 of our members serving people, being cordial. We had a prayer team there. We were praying for some people that needed prayer. It was a wonderful time. Our church really cares about our
That's
community.
wonderful. That's amazing. Well, thank you again and enjoy this celebration year. And thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you, Joe.